Welcome everybody to another edition of First Person, sponsored by the Precision Strip Company in Minster, Ohio. Generations of service and stewardship to that county community there in Auglaize County. Minster and New Bremen, a great place, as we always say, to work, either to start a career or to finish one. They're always looking for good people, and they may be looking for you. Give them a call or check them out on the internet with the address that's scrolling across the bottom of First Person here, the Precision Strip Company in Minster, proud sponsors of First Person. Matt Burgbacher, the football coach of the Troy Trojans, our guest. I think this is like 3 or 4 times we've done this, but first time in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Who knew you'd be here this long?
Hey, I wake up every day thankful I'm breathing.
Pinching yourself.
Yeah.
Pinch yourself.
You know, it's been a great 3 years here, and you know, Troy's it's a great job. It's a great community. They love football. High expectations, but you know, this is exactly what I thought this job would be. You know, if we could get this turned around and moving in the right direction. We still got a long way to go, but that's the exciting part.
I'll say this, you know, you've done a great job here, Matthew, and you know, you're one of those young coaches whose name pops up now all the time with Garen Stokes and people out there, but where could he coach next? But frankly, I don't know where you want to move anywhere but Troy, because football does matter here, and that's number one.
That's very important. You know, my family, we love it here. You know, feels like home. You know, I never say never, but yeah. You know, I'm certainly not looking. You know, this is, in my eyes, there's a few destination jobs here in Ohio, and Troy, Ohio was one of those.
It's certainly a destination job in Miami County.
Oh, heck yeah, it is. And you know, again, it's a great job. We got good kids. You know, the football position here is important. And not that I need that, but I know I'm needed.
Yeah.
And this position, that means something, and the impact that I can have on the kids is tremendous, and that's more important than wins and losses in my eyes.
Matt Burgbacher, the coach here at Troy, our guest on First Person. I'm going to get the elephant in the room right out of the chute. I've driven 500 miles in the last 3 or 4 weeks, seeing all these area teams in camps, and the byword in every one of them is safety. Everybody's talking about safety, the issue of CTE, head trauma, form tackling. How do we make the game safer, better, take the risk out of it, and yet maintain the good attributes of playing football? Your thoughts, if any? You
know, my number one was 3 years after our first year here. We changed the way we tackled. You know, we did the USA heads-up tackling. We tackle every day in practice. But the key is, it's the technique of tackling that we practice. And it's eliminating the head completely from the tackle. You know, we talk a lot of tracking the near hip, cheek on cheek, your cheek on his butt cheek. It goes against the grain. You know, old school football, head in front, head in front. We've eliminated the head from the tackle. And we've seen tremendous...
Yeah, that's my next question.
Tremendous, you know, strengths of that. In our tackling has improved tremendously. Our injuries have decreased, and in practice, you know, we're not up there banging heads, you know, for 3 hours. You know, there's a point in time where we go live, but we use a lot of the hand shields, because again, the game is under attack, and we need to make it as safe as we can. Not because it's under attack, but for our kids and all that stuff. And our kids have completely bought into what we're doing. You know, they would love to go live and practice more, tackle live and practice more, but if you learn how to tackle and tackle right, you know, you're going to do it in the game.
You mentioned, and you used the term, these are your words, the game is under attack, and I look at some programs I found out this week that Bradford, Ohio, by the way, has 13 kids playing football.
Yeah.
Dick Roll up at Lehman this week saw them scrimmage. Sydney the other night, a team that you're going to play here in a month or so. 21 available kids in uniform at Lehman Catholic High School. A great tradition, legacy of football there. Why aren't more kids playing football?
You know, I think there's a lot of things that are out there. You know, for us, you know, number one, you know, in today's world, you got to be having fun. You know, and our kids have fun. When it's time to work, they know it's time to work. And you know, we're up almost 80 kids. You know, 10 through 12. This is the highest. My year one, we were 52.
Had to buy new helmets.
Yeah, we had to buy new helmets. We're running out of lockers. We bought a bunch of new shoulder pads, but you know, again, we want to take care of our kids. We do a lot of fundraising. You know, we want to get the best products that are out there when it comes to show. There's nothing that's going to completely eliminate, you know, if there's a concussion, but I've done a lot of study and read a lot of studies that have been done, and football is a violent sport. Injuries are going to happen. You can't eliminate those across the board. But if you can do anything to help reduce those injuries, we've done it by the way we practice, by the treatments we give the kids, before practice, after practice, all that stuff. And, it's something here too that, the kids are excited. They want to be a part of this. And not saying that they didn't have that at Bradford or Lehman, but, and again, going back to today's society, there's so much out there. Back when I was young, we had an Atari, and that had a joystick that came out of it, and you ask these kids about a joystick, they don't have no idea, or Atari, Donkey Kong, they don't know what Donkey Kong was, or Frog, or any of those. They got so much more, and kids these days are being pulled in so many different directions, and I think that's where it's important that we're here. When we're here, we're having fun, but then again, we're also working to get better.
I can't remember being young, but I think I had marbles.
They did, and there's just so much out there with social
You're
media, with
absolutely right.
video games, and I'm not just blaming that, but again, kids have a lot of options.
Let's talk about some of the kids at Troy High School this year, because again, I think the league this year, and the Great American North, or whatever you call the GWAC North now, is relatively wide open. I think there are some people who call Troy the presumptive favorites, but yet I think you like the fact that it is wide open, and on any given night, and that makes it fun for the kids, fun for you.
Absolutely, it's that we got to know every week we got to pack our lunch, and we got to come to work, and our kids have bought into that concept, and it's great. The last 2 years being GWAC North champs again. But that has nothing to do with this year. It's a whole new year. We got a whole new team. Everybody else has everybody in Ohio graduated seniors, and that's the fun of coaching. You got to mold that team into what you want, and that's what we're in the process of doing now. And I think you're right. It's wide open. I know, again, we're the GWAC American North champs, and everybody is chasing us, or whatever, but it's a new year. Everybody's 0-0. You know what? We gotta follow the true process, and that's going day by day and let things fall where they may.
This makes you feel good, because you can't play football at Troy without a good running back, and you got one of the conference's best. A kid that kind of burst on the season last year, Colt Bishop, Jaden Colt Bishop, surprised me, and I became a fan. Because like one of the other coaches in the conference said, he was running around people at the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, he got a little swagger, got his mojo, he's running through people.
Yeah, he was. And we saw that week in and week out last week, where he started feeling more comfortable, but two, gave him that confidence. And the nice thing is, like we talked about earlier this summer, we've got a couple running backs. So what that has done is that has pushed Jaden. He knows he wants to keep that starting job, and it is exciting having him back. We think we're going to have a pretty good offensive line. We lose 4 starters from last year's team. But
yeah, I was going to say, you got a lot.
We've got guys coming, and we've got some seniors that it's their turn now, and they have really bought into that opportunity. Because that's one thing I can guarantee the kids. You're going to get an opportunity. When, I'm not sure, but you're going to get an opportunity. And these kids have, on the offense and defensive line, those kids have really ran with it.
I know you're not losing any sleep over your defense, because senior always has them salivating ready to play, and I assume there's going to be no change this year.
No, there isn't. And it is. We lost. 5 really good starters. We lose a couple guys from the defensive backfield, lose our whole defensive line, and an outside backer that was all state. But we've got some good coaches on that side of the ball. We got good coaches across the board, but those guys, next man up. And our kids are really buying into that it's my opportunity, and they're running with it. And the other night against Lima Senior, it was the same defense. We were flying around. The front 7 played well. The defensive backfield, they're coming along. They got to replace 3 starters back there, but I'm not losing any sleep over our defense.
Gray hair, but it ain't because of the defense.
Yeah, that's right.
Matt, thanks so much.
Hey.
Great to talk to you.
Thanks for having me on.
80 kids in uniform. We think they're going to play football again this year in Troy, and I think they're going to be pretty tough. I can wear some red for you.
I like it. Scarlet gray looks good.
Yeah, a little Buckeye, but it's red.
That's all right.
It's red. That wraps up this edition of First Person with Matt Burgbacher, sponsored again by the Precision Strip Company in Minster, Ohio. A great place to start a career, a great place to finish one. They could be looking for you. They need good people. Give them a call. For our sponsors and Coach Burgbacher, and for all those people out there who support us on Press Pros, thanks for helping us do what we do in regards to high school sports here in the Miami Valley. We'll see you again next time with another edition of First Person.